Hello everyone and welcome back to the Look Espresso Repair. Here we have this beautiful Pasquini Livia 90 from 1997, and it definitely needs a lot of work. The machine was overheating and a lot of the valves were leaking, and there's a huge mess inside the machine. We'll get to that in a bit. We're gonna open this whole this whole machine, and then we're gonna have a bunch of pieces out. We're gonna just inspect what is going on before we even plug it in. I believe the machine still powers on and some of the components are still okay, but the machine was definitely overheating. There's some signs of overheating inside the machine. You can see it on the water tank. One part of the water tank is just completely burned. So yeah, let's just get into it and let's get you closer. Okay, now that you're a little closer to me, let's just take out the top grate and remove these two screws. One of the things that I love about Pasquini Livias is that they only require two screws for you to see inside the machine. Some machines you are required to remove the tank because this tank is inside of the cover. This is a very old model. This is from 1997, so it doesn't have that. We can just simply lift up, and from here we can see what's the condition of the panels. If there's something that has been leaking, you can see it right here, and there's a little bit of steam buildup around here. Some of the lines overscaled and stuff. So yeah, it definitely has been overheating. You can see some part of rust of the case, as well as some other things from the panel. So we're just going to put this on our parts table. A lot of these parts are going to come out as well of this machine. Right, so let's just remove the top cover. We're gonna be removing the back cover. Like I said, I love these machines because only these two screws are holding the entire case. After that, you can just remove this from the back, and then you'll be able to remove the entire thing. This is an older version of this machine. This is from 97, like I said. So this one has like the water tank inside the case. It's like a little cage in here. These are the older, only older models have this kind of design. The newer ones don't have that, and you can just, let me get you a little far. The whole case of the machine is here, and like I say, these ones have a little kind of cage for the water tanks. You don't see this anymore. They don't make this machine anymore as well, and the newer machines that you are able to find, they don't have this anymore. They have a completely different way of inserting the water tank, and some of the other features that the newer machines have, this one completely lacks. This one is a really old version of this machine. You can see a little bit of rust, some parts of the case. Fortunately, you see it here, 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 and here. So I don't know what to do with this panel. I might need to sand a lot of these, and if I really want to restore these, I will ruin the little paint. So I'm gonna try to clean as best as I can these, and let's see. We will see. This is the original portafilter of the machine, still in good shape. We're gonna be using that. Switches still click. We're gonna have to test them. There's still conductivity between them. Thankfully, this doesn't have a lot of electronical parts in the front of the machine, like the newer Pasquini Livias that have like the dosing settings, like the single shot and the double shot. This one is only an on-off switch, so the machine will continuously pour water from the heat exchanger as long as you have this on, which is a very good thing because you don't want to have too many electronics around here. This group head gets really hot, gets about the same temperature as the steam boiler. And talking about the boiler, let's take a look at the machine from the back. Okay, so now that we're on the back of the machine, we can see a lot of cobwebs. That's quite a lot of cobwebs. A lot of spiders. This machine, I think it was on storage for a while. It was overheating for a bit, and they put it on storage. They forgot about it. That's why we can see some rust all around the cage, some rust around the parts of the machine. We're gonna have to remove all that and take care of it before we even install it on the machine, because it will just be bad for the machine to have that. So we're gonna have to do a lot of work. A lot of these whole pipes are coming off. A lot of these things are really gonna have to come off, because I want to clean them very well. I want to make sure I do a good job with this machine. So We're gonna be doing a lot of little maintenance, replacing the boiler safety valve, replacing the vacuum release valve. It's one of the services that we're gonna be doing on this machine. We're also gonna be disassembling the three-way valve. This probably needs to be replaced, but we're gonna see. So the pressure stat, this probably is what was causing the machine to overheat. We're gonna have to replace that as well, as I don't wanna be dealing with the old pressure stat from 1997. The flow meter, if this thing even has it, but which I highly doubt because there's nothing for this machine to know about water going through it, so I don't see a flow meter. This is probably the relay, the pods. Okay, this is control pods. Okay, so yeah, I don't see any flow meters or anything like that, so we don't think we have to replace that. The relay of the machine looks in good shape over here. You see? Yes. This relay over here looks in good shape. Probably was replaced during its life during its life of the machine. So this looks really good. This doesn't look like original. This one is the original board, the RL.3 Sunday. This one they don't make it anymore. If you want to replace this, you have to buy the newer edition of these boards, and then you have to rewire it yourself. There's a couple of guides on how to wire it properly, but this one you will not be able to find it. Not probably new, unless you find it used or something. Hopefully this board is still in good shape, in good condition, it still works. Otherwise you're gonna have to do some rewiring and replacing of these. The switches over here of the machine, they look in good shape. Connections look okay. I have seen worse, so I don't think we're gonna do anything in here. The group head though doesn't look very good, so it'd be very nice if we can remove all the parts of this machine, have them all together, soak them out completely, and then put them back and see how the machine performs. So we should be able to remove everything from this machine and have just the case outside. This is basically what I'm gonna try to do, removing all these parts. So yeah, let's just start by removing some things and making sure I document everything. Hopefully I take a lot of pictures. If not, I'm gonna have to watch this video again in order to completely know what is in there. Let's start with the boiler safety valve. Let's start with the vacuum release valve, so that way I can take a peek inside the boiler and see how it is. Okay, the vacuum release valve is a very hard part to remove, so we're gonna have to use a socket. Not this one, probably something bigger than that. It's gonna have to be with the 21. Now this is going to be a little loud, so beware. Gonna edit this on the video, but it's gonna be a little loud. Right, we did remove just the top part of the safety valve. There you go. Yeah, this Teflon part over here looks in bad shape. We're gonna be replacing the entire safety valve. I'm not gonna be trusting this little spring and this Teflon gasket to hold up all that pressure coming out from this boiler. There you go. Took the whole thing out. Let's just rebuild it just to have it in my records. This goes back in there. Technically you could reuse this, but I would not recommend it. This thing has been working there for a while. So this seals this valve. Okay, so this goes in here, this goes in here, and then that's how it seals itself. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. And this will be its adjustment. Yeah, this will be its adjustment. You can adjust it over here by pushing this forward, downward, and yeah. The purpose of this valve is just to protect the machine from overheating. If there's a lot of pressure going through this hole, basically the pressure coming out from the boiler, then this will start pushing the spring and it will open up. Once it opens up, all the extra pressure is just gonna go and it's gonna pressurize back again to 1.5, or depending how this limiter is. Usually they are rated to 2 bars of pressure, 2.3 bars of pressure. So after 2 bars of pressure inside the boiler, this thing will just shoot a bunch of steam. it did its job properly. As you can see, there's a lot of corrosion and other coffee stuff around the boiler, so it definitely should have, because this thing was overheating and it saved the boiler and other feedings of the machine. We're also going to be replacing that. Perfect. We're going to be removing the vacuum release valve. Gimme. There you go. This one, we can probably save it, especially because I don't not have this kind of style of vacuum release valve. I'm going to clean very well these, soak it on citric acid, and then replace the O-ring that is inside the valve. We have to remove this and then soak this. Now, I'm not sure you can actually see the boiler inside. There you go. That's basically what you can see. So there's a little bit of scale buildup, as you see there. This is very hard to show on camera, but you see those little pieces out there, those white dots. Yeah, that's not good. That means that the scale buildup that we see on the vacuum release valve is all over the inside the boiler. So yeah, we're gonna have to descale the whole thing and take it all apart. All these parts are going to go out, and over here we can inspect the machine a bit better. There you go. You can see some of the copper fittings already kind of needing some cleaning. Thankfully the wiring is still okay. From a machine from 1997, it doesn't look that terrible. You can see the cobwebs on here. Go. Over here on the relay, the control bots. Pretty cool. So okay, so let's just start by showing you some of the parts of the machine. First of all, this is a water pump. This one you see right here. Water goes from here into here. Let me make some space. Like I was saying, water goes from here. Water goes from here into the water pump. This is coming from the water tank. The pump gets activated by the machine and starts pumping water through here, which goes into this area. Now from here, it can either go to the heat exchanger going straight. You have a few valves just to prevent the pressure from actually shooting out. So it goes through all these, and then it goes into the heat exchanger, goes into that little boiler, then goes out of the heat exchanger, and then goes into the group right here. So in and then out, goes into the three-way valve, and then it goes out in here. Now if this three-way valve is not functioning correctly, you will not have water here. If this pump is not working correctly, you will not get water anywhere, of course. To refill the boiler, which is a complete different system, the water goes through here again, through the water pump, goes into the two-way valve. This opens up, letting the water pressure go all the way to here, into the boiler, where it starts to fill up the steam boiler. Once it fills up all the way, these water level sensors that you have right here will detect the water level, and then it will just close this valve again, letting the water go shoot into the heat exchanger instead of actually going into the steam boiler, as the boiler is already filled. Then the heat element that is underneath starts to heat up the boiler. Pressure starts raising inside the boiler. It starts coming out from different places. Pressure goes into this little tube, where it goes into the pressure stat. The pressure starts to pressurize in here. There's a little plate that slowly goes all the way up, where this switch gets activated, and then it stops the current going from to the heat element. so it stops heating. Once this gets activated, the machine knows it's up to temperature, stops heating, and then it goes on standby. You will see a green light over here on the front as indicating that the machine is up to temperature. And as it slowly decreases in temperature, the heating this slowly decreases as well. Deactivates the switch, the heating element goes back up, then it starts pressurizing again, the switch gets activated, and then it stops and goes back to idle. So yeah, that's how this pressure start works, that's how the machine functions, and that's how it builds up steam. That steam is what actually heats up the heat exchanger, because there's no heating elements in here or anything. The water is just inside the boiler. Once this is up to temperature, this boiler will eventually get to the same temperature as this boiler. So that's the reason why you have to purge the group head quite a lot. So cold water goes into the system, again from here to here into the system, then out of the system, and it cools down, and then you get at least 200 degrees of temperature in here for your brew boiler. So yeah, that's how these beautiful machines works. And we're gonna be taking a lot of these copper pipes because unfortunately this boiler is full of scale. So yeah, that's the condition of the machine. That's basically the very basics that we need to do on this one. Replace the water pump, replace the vacuum release valve, replace the boiler safety valve, disassemble all these parts, deep clean it, replace the pressure stat, deep clean the two-way valve. Hopefully this thing is still working. If not, well, we're gonna have to replace that, as well as we're gonna have to disassemble this whole thing and deep clean it. I don't want this machine to suffer from scale buildup issues. For example, if this gets clogged partially, then it will slowly fill up the steam boiler, and that could potentially kill the heating element, as these machines heat up pretty quickly. So if there's not a lot of water going through the steam boiler, you're just basically going to overheat the entire machine. So we're gonna have to remove a lot of this time, a lot of these parts. But that's gonna come out on part 2 of this video. This was just to check how much work we need to do. We might just remove some of these cobwebs with like a little brush or something, just to make it a little cleaner and not to and a little bit easier for us to work on. Having all these cobwebs is not that fun. So we're gonna be removing a lot of these things. It's gonna be a lot of cleaning, a lot of disassembling. Hopefully I have enough tools to actually do the whole job. But the whole machine is going to get completely stripped away, and we're gonna deep clean every single part of it. So stay tuned for that video. We're gonna restore this beautiful Pasquini Livia 90 from 1997 back to a good brewing condition. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Stay tuned for part 2 of this restoration, and see you guys later.